Good afternoon. It is February the 21st, 2017. Time to recap our trading day. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as the lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we came into the E-mini today basically buying against 23.50. That's what the trade that we liked, and weren't interested at all in the short side of the market. I mean, this market's going higher, so we're not going to stick our heads out. Had a trade here on a mean green trade, had a buy. Even this buy right here was good for 2. If you traded off the low and stayed with it, that was 12 points. If you traded this B and stayed with it, that was 9 points. If you traded this B and stayed with it, that was 4. And if you traded this last one, it was 2. So if you took 3 on all of these trades, that was 9 plus 1 off of that would have been 10. That's a pretty good day of trading. This is a legitimate trade right here. That was positive, and then the market just goes sideways. Now in the last update I said I thought the market was going to trade up and at least close at 23.60 for another new contract high. So we caught the E-mini right today. Wish we'd been a little more aggressive on our buy recommendation, but we're close. The low was 51.75. Our buy recommendation was 23.50 plus or minus. Looking at the F1 screen on the E-mini, higher low, higher high, find a place to buy it. You should be in the 23.75 calls now as per our previous recommendations. Looking at this split, we've got nothing but P's behind us, and we have a P right here. So nothing on this screen or structure tells you to be short. We have news tomorrow. Existing home sales up 5.575 million. Might come in a little lower due to higher interest rates. You know, it's funny, having grown up through the 70s and 80s and saw where interest rates could really get to if inflation gets out of hand. Boy, if you could lock in a 5%, we'd have died to have gotten a 5% lock-in rate back in those days. A lot of people's lived with 7 and 8% lock-ins. I was on a variable rate mortgage from 19. Yeah, on the second home I was in a fixed rate on the first two. A third home variable rate mortgage from 1985 until just this month when I locked in 3.5%. Now, interest rates might be lower down the road, but to my way of thinking, if I can lock in anything less than 5%, it seems pretty good to me, or it did at the time. So we have news tomorrow, existing home sales, and that's it. So what is the E-mini going to do? My guess is it's going to try to trade higher. So our first buy zone is going to be this 58 to 60 buy 1, and then 54, 56. So 55 to 60 is where would like to get long to retest the 23.65 area. Okay to sell failure to take out 23.65. Then it's 69 to 71. We're going to 2400. So I don't know how long that's going to take. Took forever to get to 2300 that we were calling for on November the 9th. So easier to make directional calls than it is to actually get in. And day trade. Day trading is much more difficult proposition than swing trading and position trading. Okay, we had a strong 2-year auction. I imagine we'll probably find sellers in London. I can get short in London. Looking at the 10-year, which is where the hedge is. Outside day, trade it. That tends to favor a trading range. And right now we've got pretty stout resistance in the 24.24, 24.28 area. And we're at 22.5, so 23.27, sell 1. 31.03, sell 2. On the buy side, the 5, the intermediate term is usually the weak auction, so the last rotate down stopped at 18, so 16 to 20 buy 1, and 9 to 13 buy 2. It'd be interesting, you know, the attacks from inside on our government right now by both Republicans and the usual characters is really amazing. They are really trying to hamstring or take down the Trump presidency like we've never seen this before. This active and this out in the open, and that could affect our markets if it gets a lot worse. I hope that is not the case, but Trump's being called for doing just exactly what he promised to do. Okay, 16 to 20, number 1. Sell 23s to 27, sell 1. 31s to 03, sell 2. On the buy side, 4 to 8. Number 1, 29 to 01, buy 1. And then just make it 17 to 21, buy 2. I don't think we get that deep. 16 to 20. Get these down. I think what's interesting, even in California, the residents that live in the sanctuary cities don't like them. And the reason for that's got to be crime. And why do these people come to sanctuary cities? Criminals come to sanctuary cities so they don't get deported, but what's their job? They're criminals. And that means crime goes up. I know it's kind of well duh. And why do people not want them there? Even illegals that live in Southern California and San Francisco and the other areas, they don't like to get robbed. They don't like to get beat up. They don't want to get killed. So it's human nature is the same, and we trade human nature. Lower high, lower low in gold. Find a place to sell it on the F1 screen. F2, a very strong piece. So we had a 38 to 40 sell. Maybe stops in the overnight session a little higher. So 39 to 41, sell 1. 44, 46, sell 2. Don't see that conditions have changed that would take us out of a trading range. On the buy side, we've got these single prints here. So support's going to be at 35, 33, 35, buy 1. I'm not. That's where support is. I can buy it with the proper setup, but I'm not going to get in a hurry for that one. Then 29 to 31 for buy 2. Had a good day in gold today. I think we ended up the day at 79 ticks. Went quick counting, and it's good trading. It just and a couple days a week it trades better than crude. Same rules, same setups. Don't have the volume that we have in crude, but it's in another go with market, probably lean closer to extreme than any different. Okay, crude oil, higher low, higher high on F1, challenging these highs at 55.25. Don't be surprised, even though the fundamentals stink. We did a G split. I think that's probably fair. So can we bust 54? I don't know. So first support's going to be 54, 54 and a quarter. The inventory numbers will be out Wednesday and Thursday this week. And 53.50, 53.75 for buy 2. Okay, 122 ticks today in crude oil. That's a big day. And this contract can do that for you. Okay, boy, 50 to 75, sell one. 55, 55 and a quarter, sell two. And I would not be surprised to wake up in the morning with a positive OPEC article. Fundamentals say it should be sold. We've dealt with fundamentals that say the market should be higher or lower. We deal with that on a regular basis, so it's great if everything lines up and supports that idea. It makes for a stronger trade, but you can't hold your breath either. And the euro, pretty heavy selling. A new move out of the middle right here. And I believe F2 is going to support that idea also. Just multiple distributions lower. And so we have not gotten stops below 105.30. We have a piece, so maybe a little bit higher overnight. Got these single prints right here. So we're back where we were, so maybe 60 to 70, sell one. 90 to the buck, sell two. By 105.30, buy one. So 20 to 30, buy one. A lot of good stops. And then the buck for buy two. And let's see. That's it for this February the 21st. Y'all have a great evening. We'll go see if we can't shake that money tree again for you in the morning. I'm out of here.